Hey everybody, so quick recap today, since I need to do these more consistently. The goal for today was to kind of continue on my path of creating an API for Twitch events in order to automate getting these events in here, because I'm trying to drive them from this Trello. And like I've shown previously, I have a system that works with a sort of mock Twitch API. It looks like this is the API that I'm sort of programmed to, and then the idea was, since there is no actual event API for Twitch, the idea was to use Puppeteer, which is a JavaScript library that uses the Chrome DevTools API to drive a version of Chrome. It looks a lot like this. So you can go to pages, wait for selector, click on stuff, and execute JavaScript on the page. So the idea was that I could basically drive the manual process that I do, which is basically fill out this form. And I thought it was going to be straightforward enough, but I spent a huge amount of time basically going through and figuring out, getting this modal was pretty straightforward, but then it turns out that this form is actually pretty complicated, and the way it's the form submits, it's doing some fancy React stuff, and I was just not able to programmatically change these values and get them to actually be picked up when you hit save. And it's already just a mess to deal with, and just not very identifiable or accessible stuff in the DOM. So I was really just like freaking out, although I did find that when you do the updates, we noticed, well, actually I saw it and didn't think much of it, that was hitting a GraphQL endpoint, and I thought, oh, that's interesting, they're using GraphQL internally, I probably can't hit that. But one of the people that were watching, Josh Fry, actually said I should try it. He actually sent me a link to not this page, but this is a page that somebody documented, an unofficial GraphQL API that they discovered that Twitch has, that you can actually hit, given a client ID and an OAuth token, and it's a lot of people want to use it to query. GraphQL is great for queries and getting data that, their existing API just doesn't have a lot of things. And now it seems like their entire data model is accessible, and they have an open schema, so you can actually hit it and actually explore their data model. And from that, you can actually get the mutations and stuff, as well as just watching what the Twitch application itself is doing. And so we messed around with it quite a bit, trying to replicate, getting it to work at all. I don't know GraphQL, and I don't know how to do all this stuff. There's a lot of messing around, and got some interesting results. But I ended up kind of at a loss. It seemed like it would be too difficult to figure out how to actually post the events, which was kind of the hard part. And after the stream, though, Josh put together a prototype here that actually posts some event data. And so this is a totally usable API. It's a GraphQL API that I can use to both query and create events. And so this will actually be a lot more straightforward than I thought. I just have to go in and write it now and basically implement this interface. It also means I don't need to use Puppeteer JavaScript. I can do this directly from Go. So that's the progress that was made today. Didn't really get anything done, but definitely at least figured out pretty cool, probably near ideal way to do it, since this will probably be their official API at some point. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you think, and you know, subscribe and all that good stuff. See you later.